Ladies and gentlemen, it's really happening. Biden checked the news tonight and realized that Jill has dropped out of the race. This was Biden's phone after he woke up from his nap. The Soros family is endorsing Kamala Harris for president, which, let's be honest, matters a lot more than Biden's endorsement that he already forgot he gave. So in this video, I will outline 3 reasons of why Kamala Harris would make a terrible president. Number 1, she's too difficult to listen to. In order to be an effective president, people need to be able to hear your voice and not immediately search for rope on Amazon. That cannot be said for Kamala Harris.
I am Kamala Harris. My pronouns are she and her. I am a woman sitting at the table wearing a blue suit. And
Ukraine is a country in Europe. It exists next to another country called Russia. Russia is a bigger country. Russia is a powerful country. Russia decided to invade a smaller country called Ukraine. So basically that's wrong.
When I did a poll if people would rather hear nails on a chalkboard versus Kamala Harris's laugh, nails on a chalkboard won by a landslide with 83% of the vote. If you feel like you hear Kamala talk and you swear you've heard it before, that's because you've likely heard it more than 10 times, both in reality and in your nightmares. Check this out.
I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been. You know?
What can be unburdened by what has been.
What can be unburdened by what has been.
What can be unburdened by what has been.
There's 4 minutes of footage of her just saying that line. Now imagine that as president. And if you aren't convinced yet, let me give you 2 more reasons to circle any other name than Kamala's. Write in your 2nd grade teacher for all I cared. Number 2, she wouldn't make a single one of her own decisions. Just before Biden contracted the fake variant of COVID, she likely got a knock on the door from Pelosi and Obama carrying an edible arrangement that had a note that said, "We'll make you the nominee, but we call the shots." To which Kamala responded, "I'm ready. I've been doing that for the last 4 years. I can do it for 4 more." Obama left Kamala's house and realized that he can't nominate that woman, so he spoke to Michelle and they decided to push for an open convention. And we've got Hillary endorsing Kamala, so she's already got some really likable people behind her. This is a total shit show. You see, people criticize Trump for being a rich man that's against the party. Do you realize how much that makes him a better candidate? He can actually say he'll do something and then do it. He doesn't need to call for a babysitter before attending a summit meeting. You don't want a president that has been in politics their entire life. That makes them owe a lot of favors because they didn't climb the ladder without asking for some of their own. And nobody in politics owes more favors than a woman who became the nominee without getting a single vote. And don't forget a crucial thing about America. Everyone in this country wishes they were rich. So you'll deal with someone who is more focused on selling books than actually caring about the country. You want a rich person who becomes a politician, not a person who became rich because they're a politician. Explain it to me like I'm Joe Biden, how Kamala Harris is worth $6 million. You need to have studied bullshit your entire life to come up with an answer for that. Trump, on the other hand, is a billionaire from building his own company, and his children will take it over. He won at life. He doesn't need this. Kamala, on the other hand, needs this job because nobody else would hire her. Number 3, her history. People who tend to vote Democrat like to vote for someone that they believe is a good person. So I'm going to let Tulsi Gabbard show you, with fact-checking, just how good of a person this is. She's such a good person, by the way, that she managed to get, and holy shit, I'm checking the data right now, she managed to get 0% of the vote in Michigan when running for president. I did not know it was that high.
I want to bring the conversation back to the broken criminal justice system that is disproportionately negatively impacting Black and brown people all across this country today. Now, Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana.
Like I inhale. I did inhale. Okay.
She blocked evidence. She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought to keep cash bail system in place that impacts poor people in the worst kind of way.
Thank you, Congresswoman. Senator Harris.
Kamala Harris couldn't get more than 1% of the vote, so after Biden's pledge to do a DEI hire for vice president, she was available for work. Is that really someone you want running the country? Now click this video if you want to watch Biden's interview that forced him to drop out.